Capricorn, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is a message for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And it's an energy reading, so it comes to you when you call it into you. And it casts out for the week ahead. We're going to break everything down into those 7 days. I'm going to do a reading for each of the 7 days so that you know. This is an interesting energy, my friends, because it is moon energy. Turn knowledge into wisdom. And I want you to really pay attention to this, because you have 2 full moons in the season of Cancer. We had our first full moon on June 21st, July 21st, you have a second full moon. This is Capricorn. The moon is in Capricorn when the full moon happens because the sun is in Cancer. So this is calling us, this is very specific and intentional that, the universe has put this in front of you. Turn knowledge into wisdom. There is an intuitive understanding and there is a truth to it in what you have been sensing, the vibrations you've been picking up on. Your feelings, like your emotions, are indicators of this, but they are not the truth itself. Listen and sit with your emotions so you can get to this truth. This is necessary because over the next month, my friends, Capricorns, you are going to have to release, usually by confronting and realizing what you already know, but somehow have veiled. This is a maturing process. This is a growing up of sorts. Being able to let go of what you thought you were or who you thought you were as a child, maybe who you were raised as, versus, well, who do you want to be and who do you want to affirm that you are right now? There's something in our past that's popped out. If it pops out, guys, I'm just going to keep it where it is because it's part of the message. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, Capricorn, if you have not already. I want you to please subscribe and then ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Make sure you select all notifications so you know when I go live as well. Those are fun readings, and you can get your tarot read while I'm online live. And if you're looking for a personal reading, I do those as well. Please go to my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. And then you can find all the kinds of readings that I offer. You can book and schedule right there, and you will have your answers within 24 hours of when you book. Good stuff, right? Lots has come out for you guys. Let's cleanse the energy before we go any further. We have nothing is wasted from the past. Nothing is wasted. But it's in the past. So, you know what it means? You've already understood to some degree your past, your distant past, why it was necessary, why it happened, and the silver lining. You've discovered it. So there is some sort of strength that you already have from these understandings. And then we have be loyal to what you love. This is Cancerian energy. This is family. Something in your past has taught you to be loyal. Something in your past has taught you that family is exceptionally important. Something in your past has taught you to stick by it and stay with it and to not give up. And that things can be hard, but they're also worth it. And I cannot disagree with this because it is a truth. But with you guys, there's one caveat. You do have the tendency to intentionally make things way too difficult for yourself to the point that it will drive you crazy before you'll give up on it. And then you'll blame yourself for being crazy. So that's a problem. That's a problem. We don't always have to, this moon card teaches us, we don't always have to believe something when we see it. We can believe it as soon as we feel it. Right? And maybe something from the past is informing you now. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Don't give up. Be loyal to what you love. We'll see what wisdom is coming out. We have you are never alone. So you are loved. You are loved. That is established. Okay. So this is really good. There's a lot of support here. And then we have reclaim your power. You don't have to stay in any situation that's dark or shady or uncertain or unhealthy because you've already known from the past. You already know for a fact that you are going to be supported, that you are in fact loved and supported. And you are, Capricorn, you are. And then we have love is all around you. You have options, my friends. Right? A lot of people care about you and love you and tell you so. And time for a beginner mind. This is Aquarian energy too. How do I take what I've learned, defend myself against the past, and open myself up to the future where I realize there are options, right? And people love me. And then sweet results await. So you're really, this is a period of time where you are realizing what has not worked, what does work, how to apply it, how to reclaim your power back, and then apply things successfully, right? Because only the busy bee gets the honey. Now the future is not yet set in stone, but it is potential through this energy. Maybe you're realizing to stick with something. Maybe that's the message. Let's get into it and see. I'm going to go into the 7-day spread. I'm going to pick the 7th day ahead of time. How does all of this resolve? 7th day. What happens for Capricorn? 7th day. So that I don't see the cards either. So I can be surprised with you. All right, so let's go day 1, shall we? Day 1 for Capricorn, please. We have justice. A balancing out and a healing of your situation through logic and reason and quantifiable truth. This could also be a symbol of partnership. But there is some sort of justice. You see how there's clarity there? Not in the crown chakra, but right here, in the third eye chakra. There is that knowing. So at the very least on day 1, you know what is right. You know what will heal. You are certain of that. Okay. You know what? You got to know it and see it before you can execute it. Just an FYI. What about day 2 for Capricorn? This is the Tower. Something all deconstructs and comes down. And I am going to get clarifiers. What is the Tower? I think it's your walls. I think it's what you've been holding back on. It's almost like when you suddenly become aware of what is right and what is balanced, there's no way to continue to hold on to being isolated. You're not going to be isolated after this point. Day 2, there are options that comes in that make it okay for the destruction of what was to happen. You know? It's like I've only kept myself at bay because maybe I didn't have any options or anybody else to help. But here you are. Please describe this Tower, God. Page of Wands, it's a new opportunity or a new passion, a new curiosity, something that you want to try. And it's new. We have this Tower here. Yeah, it's almost like you realizing or getting a happy option has made you realize that there's something beyond this failure and this stagnation. And then God selects you and chooses you. It's your movement that is causing the Tower to crumble because you were the Tower. You know, you were what was holding things up, blocking things up, and maybe even keeping yourself isolated. But ultimately now that comes down. That all falls down because you have discovered or realized that there's something else out there. There's another way for this to be. What about day 3? We have heartbreak. I don't know if it's yours, but I know it's on the table. And then we have the glowing reward. So there is heartbreak. Certainly. Heartbreak because of an opportunity that is offered to you, or heartbreak after it. That makes you realize, look, there's a lot of competition, 5-5. You know, a lot of craziness and a lot of issues and a lot of disappointment from the past. It's almost like suddenly you begin to see things clearly instead of making excuses for it. And now you're not willing to excuse the situation or excuse the energy. There's a lack of willingness to do so. And you see it clearly as the issues and craziness that it is. And you're disappointed in it. Instead of sticking up for it, standing by it, or ignoring it, or making excuses for it, or compensating for it. You're ready to see it for what it really is, which is I don't think what you perceived it to be. Right? Or disappointed by the fact that this was little trifling shit and there was something so much bigger and so much more important. But being sincerely disappointed in the issues, in the trifling shit, in the pettiness, right? When you see comparatively, because now you have a clear comparison, how beautiful something could be. What about day 4? Day 4 is you find your capabilities to not give up and you find resources to make something work. Realizing that I have more power in me than I've given myself credit for, and I have more capability. So I'm going to continue to fight. What about day 5? There's a change or a shift in who holds the money or who controls the money in finances or resources in general. It's shifting. How? It's shifting in a way that you can finally move away from the consequences or move away from the troubles. Right? There's a change here. And I think that this is deciding, I'm not afraid financially about a shift. I've got to get away from what makes me unhealthy. And there could be an absolute move That's happening. But there is definitely a shift that is happening. What about day 6? And I'm moving forward. But what I like the most about day 5 is that there is an okayness about not being as stable, because not being stable opens up the door for you to get away to a healthier place. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. And then we have this other card here, and that's going to lead to victory and success. You're going to be very happy you made that move. It's almost like the balance of power shifts when you decide to walk away from something, even if it means instability for you. At least it's truth. What about day 6? Ooh, day 7 lingers. What happens day 6? So day 5, there's a major turnaround in you. There's a major turnaround in your willingness to do what you haven't been willing to do before, which is to change, to get unstable. Then we have day 6, the mysterious high priestess. You already have an inner knowing, trusting your intuition, finding the balance of your belief systems. Okay. And then we have ending something. You already know is what it's saying. I don't know what 7th day is yet. We got to get the moon card. But you intuitively already know that the ending was coming. And it's confirming that you're correct. Something done got to give. Well, what about the moon card? Surrender to the divine. What do you need to release? So we have surrender to the divine, right? That's the full moon. We started off with that energy. So something has gotten really emotional, and it will remain toxic if you leave it in. But it's got to explode. And ultimately now we are headed between that full moon and the next new moon. You are at a waning crescent right now. So for the next 2 weeks, you're going to be releasing emotionally, whether you want to or not. So the more forgiving you are of yourself, the more you honor yourself, the better. Because there is sort of a dissemination of this energy that needs to be let go of, so that by that new moon, you're ready for your new start. That's a little bit of a timeline right there. But it is an inevitability. We got to get that. Let's see how all this unfolds. We're going to do the 7th day in the extended. Please come on over with me. We have round and round. This is something that has been cycling itself, circling itself. It's something that has been upsetting itself. It's just something that has been kind of stuck in a loop. You've been going around and around and around on this. You've been working hard on it. But you've been going around and around and around in this, and now it's time to move on from it. No matter how big it is. Let's get an angel message for Capricorn. Prosperity. Listen to me. There's a positive shift in your flow of divine support. Prosperity. Divine support. Being supported, having enough, so that you don't have to feel stuck and you know you have those options. Let's get to day 7. I will see you in the extended. We're going to find out how all of this resolves and then carry it further. And the link is down below in the description box, and I've pinned it to the top of the comment section. You will find me. I will see you there.